Okay, here we are. Bonnie wanted to see how it's done, so I'm going to show you. First of all, this is what you got. You got a Mexican coin, whatever they want to call it, but that's what you got. Then you have the $50. And I usually use the quarter, but this is a Canadian coin. I think it was Spongy sent it to me. Whoop. Whoop. You have this. Now you'll find out what this is for in a minute. But without this, you're not going to be able to do the trick. Now I'll let you try to figure out what that's for, but you're not going to be able to do the trick without it. So, oh, and then we have, oops, the $50. Will focus? Come on, focus. $50. Okay. So, all right. So anyway, this is basically just going to be in your pocket. Let me put that black piece over here because we don't need this in my way. Get over there. Ah, come on. There. Okay. So, you actually have a couple of these. But this one, most of the time this is going to be in one of your pockets. So we have this one, and we have the $50. And we have our quarter, a regular quarter. You want to make sure you use something that's smaller than this Mexican coin, and that is different color. You don't want to use a dime because that would be obvious, so, or a nickel. So quarters about what's right. All right. So you have, this is what we have. Now I told you before how people don't know they got the quarter because the quarter is usually underneath the $50. And we're showing them how much smaller the Mexican coin is in comparison to the $50. You know, and we're really pushing how much smaller it is because we want them to concentrate on something other than what I'm doing. So we want to push it. Plus, they're going to have to, you know, you may put these in their hands. And if you do, you want them to make sure that they know the difference of one being smaller. So that's why you want to kind of show them that it's smaller. And you keep pushing that. And so I got a coin smaller, smaller, smaller. So when you take it, you just stick it in there. You stuck it under there like I would have shown you before. Well, here you are. I didn't mean to take my hands out of frame, but there you are. Yeah. So where the hell is Santiago? Or whatever you want to call it, whatever the Mexican coin is called. So basically that's the trick. Now, how did I do it? Ha 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 ha! Eat your heart out, Bonnie. First of all, this is not a regular coin. All right, let me put this over here for a minute. You can still see it, right? I try not to take anything out of focus, but at the same token, I want to zoom in a little bit. All right, this is not a regular coin. Where is it? This $50 is not what it appears to be. So to do this trick, you're actually going to have to spend a couple dollars because you're going to have to buy this $50. Now when you buy this $50, it'll come with this coin and this piece that you can't do the trick without. And you really don't want to do the trick back to back because you're going to have to get away from your audience if you're going to repeat this trick again. You ready for the trick? You take your $50. Again, not a stock $50. I'll let that train go by. Hold on. Every time that train goes by, I'm expecting to hear the brakes squeal, because that's the train that ran over the kid that committed suicide a few months ago. You take the $50 and you put it inside that plastic piece that I was talking about. And on a solid object surface, if I do that, well, hard enough, come on, that happens. Now, it had nothing to do with this, with that being hid in there, all right? But this, the way this is cut with a little lip in there, it allows this to come out of the $50. Because, in fact, this is the backside of the $50. You with me so far? So the $50 is basically hollow. That's why you don't want it to be, or have them have it in their hand for any length of time, because they'll start to feel or hear the difference, if they, especially if they do this. It's gonna have a hollow sound. So that's why you always want to get this out of their hand first. You don't care if they hang on to the quarter, all right? But you want to get this out of their hand first, because the $50 is 2 pieces, and the back side of the other piece is embedded with what you think is the Mexican coin. So when I'm showing you this, this quarter is actually sitting right there inside that $50, okay? And it's flush with it, so I have it in my hand. So it's under there. You don't know it's under there though. Okay? So when I'm taking this, which is actually the back side of the $50, and I keep showing you how much smaller it is, you're not seeing the back of either coin. I'm only showing you that it's smaller. All right? And when I go to stick this under here, what I'm doing is I'm actually lifting up the $50 a little bit. Not enough to really show. So when you're doing this back and forth to show them that it's smaller, make it a point of always kind of lifting up the $50 a little bit. So when you do lift it, it doesn't look suspicious. But when I lift it, I'm actually holding the quarter so it's not falling out. You follow? So it's smaller. All right? So when I do this now, and I lift the coin, the $50, using the tip and my thumb, all right? At this point, I don't know if you can see it, but the $50 now is kind of like cocked out of the way. See it? Or the quarter, rather. Can you see that? So when I slide this in, I'm sliding it between the two. Now I slide it in. Now that coin is gone. The only coin that's left is this one, because I just slid the other one in place. See it? So now when I do this, it's gone. Okay? Now if I was to tell you to put them in your hands, I say, okay, listen, I'm going to put one in one hand and one in the other. So when you do this, all right, I want to make sure that you feel the difference between the size of the coins, all right? And then I'm going to ask you, don't open your hands until I tell you to. Put your hands in front of you, because you want them to do it behind their back, because you want them to think they're hiding this on you. So you do it behind your back. You put your hands out in front of you. Now, I'm going to tap on one hand. I don't want you to do anything but answer yes or no. All right, so you tap. Is the $50 in this hand? They're going to go yes or no. They're going to say, okay, no. Well, okay, that means it's in that hand, correct? Yes. Open that hand. So they open that hand, because it is a $50 in that hand, because it's bigger, so they know it is. So the first thing we want to do is get that $50 away from them. We don't want them to hang on to this thing. Okay, so that means now the Mexican coin is in this hand, which they're thinking it would be this. They open the hand, they find out it's a quarter. See? Or you can just do it like I've done it. You know, you do it, you just say, okay, there you are. And you do that, and that's it. So, but the main thing is, like I say, you got to get this away from them. The other thing is, when you buy the trick, you get this little black piece with it, because you need that in order. And this is why you want to be away from, and it has to be a solid object. This is why you want to get away from them if you're going to plan on doing this trick again. Because you always want to do the trick when it's on a casual note. Come on. Let me go over here. I got to go over here where it's solid. There we go. Oh, I'm banging on the wrong side. Okay, fool. It's never going to come out when you're banging it on the wrong end. There. All right. So you'd have to go away someplace and do this when you're alone. And then you would load it up again by putting a quarter there, that there, and just put it in your pocket someplace so you know it's going to be the same. Because you don't want it to accidentally close up on you in the pocket again. Now, if they ever say, well, okay, and now you put it away, see? Now when you put it away, it's put away. The quarter and a half a dollar are the only two things you're putting away. And the half a dollar is back together, so it looks like a half a dollar. So now they say, oh, let me see that again. So when you go back in, you pull out the centavo or the Mexican coin. I think that's what they call it. I'm not sure. You pull it out and you put it down. You say, well, there it is. Here's the half a dollar. And again, we don't want to really put it in their hand, you know. And the half a dollar at that point would still be closed, right? So, but it's just a matter of a little ingenuity and working it out. But that's how it's done. No big deal. No big secret. Well, it's a secret if you don't know it. But that's what it is. All right, Bonnie. So you would have to buy the trick. Right. There's a lot of coin tricks. You can put a cigarette through a quarter. You can put a quarter inside a Coke bottle. Yeah, there's a lot of different tricks out there. So, but this one here, you can have a lot of fun with it. But again, without that, and without that half a dollar, I could have told you, make it the half a dollar, and you could be going nuts trying to figure it out. Now, why it costs? And if I remember right, it wasn't a lot of money. I really don't remember what it was, but it wasn't a lot. I'm talking 20 bucks, 10 bucks. I mean, it wasn't like $50 or $100. It was an easy trick. It's because you're paying for that precision cut. You follow me, to get that coin. I mean, that's all precision. I mean, you can never tell unless you tap on it, with another solid object as to it being hollow or not. So there it is, Bonnie. Now you know. And the rope trick, that's one you can figure out. As long as you got the 3 lengths and you know what the finished product looks like, you can figure that one out. Catch you later.